Hey guys, Jakob from Delta Logic here, and today I want to tell you about a very important update from Amazon's Selling Partner API. So Amazon, as we are reading today, pretty much I got the email 2 days ago, so it's very fresh, announced the fees for the usage of Selling Partner API. And in this video, I would love to share with you how you can optimize your API calls, therefore pay less for the Amazon fees. So let's jump to the video. First of all, let's jump directly to the developer.amazonservices.com. This is where they announced it. Even they have this information over there. So yeah, an update on SP API fees. I'll skip here as this is not the most important thing. Pretty much Amazon say how happy they are to announce the fees. Nothing new from us. But yeah, regarding the community, some people are very angry. Some people are fine with it. They say that it will strengthen the partnership with Amazon. And when it comes to us at Delta Logic, we don't really have a comment on this. I just care how can we save you as much money as possible with the API calls optimization. One very important thing though is that if you are just a private developer building your own internal apps, you will not have to pay the fees. So they just said it here that so if you're using SP API directly for like your business, then yeah, there are no additional SP API fees. Okay, so what's changing here starting from January 31st, 2026, all third-party developers integrated with SP API will be charged an annual subscription fee of $1,400. And of course, this is just the base subscription fee, and this is for the get calls, so pretty much getting the data from Amazon. Now they have their own call optimization guidance page. You can definitely go and read about it. However, I just want to give you like my direct recommendations. I'm working on more than 150 different projects for Amazon sellers, vendors, brands, agencies. Before I do so, let me just show you something very important. So the monthly APS usage tier structure and why it's so important. So basically, if you are making up to 2.5 million get calls per month, you will have to pay just the annual fee, no monthly fees. So that's pretty good. That's for like very small SaaS applications. However, if you do more, then you are getting on like more expensive tier, meaning not only annual fee, but you will also pay the monthly fee of $1,000 per month. And some of our clients, unfortunately, they're making so many calls, like up to 250 million, that they have to pay $10,000 per month. So that's actually quite a lot. And I would say this may not really kill the SaaS platforms around Amazon, but definitely will see increased prices when it comes to their pricing. I mean, we have one of our clients is making roughly around 60 to 70K per month for his SaaS platform, making a little bit less than 250 million requests per month. But yeah, I mean, it's just cutting $10,000 out of his profit. So that's pretty painful. And of course, there are bigger tool providers, I believe, like Jungle Scout, Helium 10 and others. Those are in the enterprise tier. And I can't even imagine like how much they will pay for their API usage. Yeah, that's pretty much the information from Amazon. Here you have the key information dates. I mean, the most important thing is that you just have to set up your credit card and Amazon will start charging you. Otherwise, they will cut you off and you don't want it. Now, let me give you some of our proven methods on how you can actually really reduce the API calls, even up to 80%. I mean, that's pretty a lot and it can save you tons of money. First, and I would say most important, is the Reports API. When I was doing one of our first YouTube tutorials on Reports API, I showed you how you can actually create a report requested and then actually get it back using the get method. However, this method is definitely not optimized, as basically you are requesting the report and checking if it's ready. And I've seen tons of different applications where there was like a for loop which was checking for the report if it's available. And of course, this is not optimized, especially when you do it on a large scale. So what you want to do is you want to switch to Notifications API and then subscribe to the report processing finished. So basically the way it works is once you request the report, you will wait till it's ready and then Amazon will inform you. It will actually send you the notification. And there's like a little bit more information regarding this here on the official documentation page. So notification type values, subscribe to Selling Partner notifications. You can definitely go and check it out. I've also recorded like one YouTube video some time ago, actually, yeah, more than 2 years ago, where I showed you how to set up the notification API, the SQS, and get your report. So definitely you can go and check it out if you want to learn how to do it. One more very important thing is we also have our own Amazon SP API course. So if you want to learn overall about the best practices and how to use the SP API, dive into different categories of the API, such as catalog catalog items, orders API, reports API, feeds API, notifications API, and setting up like those queues, then definitely this course is for you. All right, and now basically if you change your reports to the notifications, the upsides you get is you eliminate polling and unnecessary get reports calls, you reduce get requests by orders of magnitude, so in some cases like even 100 times fewer calls, and yeah, it improves efficiency for the larger reports. Downsides, it's slightly more complex to set up, especially on the larger scale, not really usable during local development, it sucks, and no downsides in data completeness. The second optimization technique is for the orders API, so this is very popular API. I mean, you can get it to get your Amazon orders, and that was one of our first projects when we started. I was just using orders API, pulling the orders and putting them to the Google Sheets, and yes, this is very not optimized, especially when you have to pay for your requests. Therefore, you should use the order reports instead of the repeated get calls. Pretty much many apps right now use get orders or even get order to fetch data for each order, often pulling multiple times per minute. And there's much better approach, pretty much just use orders reports. So you can go to the documentation, and here you have the order reports for the SP API, which will give you the list of your orders. And this, with the combinations of the notification, pretty much makes you up really optimized if you think about it compared to the previous setup. So yeah, the upsides, I mean, it reduces get requests dramatically, works perfectly with notifications for full automation, and there's just a few downsides. So for the orders API, if you have the PII and you have the personal data such as the order zip codes and like private information, especially for custom products, then yeah, you cannot get it through the reports, you have to do it through the orders. But this is like very unique case, not so many sellers need it, so I guess that's pretty fine. And now there's a bonus optimization. So if you're pulling get orders to check for new orders, you can switch to the order change notification type. So that triggers your code automatically whenever an order is created or updated, saving thousands of get calls. So that's pretty nice trick from our developers. Now let's go to the third optimization technique. So the listings API here, also like use reports instead of the repeated get requests. Same logic as with orders. You just use the listings or inventory reports instead of calling get listings multiple times. And here you can go to inventory reports, and of course you have the product listings here. Now the fourth technique, catalog items API, fetch in bulk. So what's the problem? Now fetching catalog data one item at a time through get catalog item is slow and inefficient. So the better approach is to use the search catalog items instead. So it allows you to retrieve up to 20 catalog items per request. So again, the upsides are 20x fewer get operations and higher throughput. So get catalog item, you have 2 items per second. Through search catalog items, you have 40 items per second. So that's pretty nice trick. So those are just a few of many optimization techniques for your Amazon SP API application. If you're interested in learning more, you can reach out to DeltaLogic. We are building different tools for Amazon sellers, vendors, agencies, and businesses pretty much around Amazon since 2020. We've been here for a while, we've seen a lot, and again, we are very happy to help you out. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. It was nice to be back after a while on this channel, and yeah, I hope you liked it, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.